I don't like your watermelon. You know, if I was going to have a Chinese name, I joked about it to Sue. And I joked about it to Sue, and I said I want to be called Da西瓜, which means big watermelon. But I don't think she says I'm not allowed it because it's stupid. But the B site is pretty strong. So here we go. We go straight for a fast punish Angel strat. Because I knew Angel likes to go yard and flash through the door every round if we make loads of pressure. So I went for a stun on him and Althea to go straight in. However, I'm fully blinded here by the Omen flash. And Mystic should have been instantly flashing here instead of here. And that would have flushed out off. But Mystic flashed here instead, which is fine. But the general kind of rule that we had was that if we're going to contest main, we'll probably need to pepper one flash there. But he's gone for the yard flash because I told Althea should go for the yard fight. But Althea has a lot of utility to help him already. So we should be trying to kind of isolate that guy and stop him from getting any trades off. So then Shao gets one, gets me, gets three. And that was the power of the one way. And yeah. So the flash is a bit late there. And then we get fucked a little bit. And then we lose. So he kind of owned it there. But I think we fucked our util a little bit. Yeah, Shao's very good. Right, so here's the wall that I was on about. That kind of blocks us that they use. So they actually decided to get chamber posted up in a main here. We've actually got dish control a little bit. And then we've kind of fallen off. Because we're on a low buy. We do have a Viper ulti. So maybe... Let's see what we're kind of thinking here. So they started already double pushing arcade here. Dirk has got ult, and so he's just posted up for the rotations. So we're going to make some noise here and see if they rotate. And then Dirk can hopefully maybe find a kill. So we'll see what happens here. But what happens is they actually double flank us at dish. And we go 1 for 1. There we go. If we go 2 for 2, Dirk is now out here. So he's trying to get his timing off in the canteen, but Sugetsu fucks him from being in that angle. So it was a nice idea, but the biggest counter to Chamber Orb is this Viper Orb here, I think. It's just very obnoxious and very annoying to deal with, you know. The Viper can put it up when she wants to cross or get out, and she can put it up again and constantly whenever she wants to cross back and forth towards or away from the site. So Althea goes in, Enzo gets the ulti off here, Althea goes for the plant. And now you really have to play with this ulti. So Althea actually goes for the ulti here, which I think the best thing for him to do would have just been to run back, I think, instead of go straight for the ulti. So his ulti gets cancelled there, and it leaves Enzo in a 1v1. So Shao just cleared out the whole of the Viper's pit there with that dog. Enzo needs to find the timing to get back in, and luckily they haven't pushed in yet. They're taking their time. And they probably think he's flap wrapping around, so Enzo luckily found that nice timing there, and then gets out here using the gap, and fortunately manages to own it. So we got around there, nice, that's 2. But it's not looking great for us, honestly. Alright, so the one way comes in again, and the Prowler again to secure this A main. If we try and push through, the Prowler will get that guy, and the Omen Flash will get the rest. So we've gone for the dish control again. We've thrown the boom bot, I think. Yeah, we're throwing a boom bot, and so we're telling them, hey, we're taking your dish control, and you can see now they've kind of shifted away from the A main. But my only problem is we don't have enough info going on at A main. Enzo's playing it quite passive, which is fine, which is what he's been told to do. But it'd be nice to kind of go for these sort of little bit of info plays a little bit. Anyway, they Viper ulti A, so we know that Viper's ultied on A, because the one of the anti-strats, well, was that we know Viper ulti's on A. So we know that's happening, so we're setting up for a BXX again. We stun across, we get Omen flashed, and we get smoked off here. So you can see here we come through. Instead of going heaven, we've decided to go through the smoke. And we managed to get onto the site and secure the plant. Durka goes through the smoke to find a timing into here and gets a nice little kill using his chamber TP to get out. Alfia then also finds a timing here. Very nice. In and out. So lots of timings were found. Bomb is down, but Mystic is stuck right now. Alfia gets that kill though, and that should be the round. What do you think about Sugetsu? I think he's good at the game, I just think he's a bit of a weirdo. Like, I don't like him. I don't mind him, but I don't like him because of what he did after the game. I thought it was quite disrespectful, so... Anyway, so let's see what happens. What did he do? Right after the game, they won. And for some reason, he looks at me, he says, Boaster. And he's waving at me. He's saying, bye. And then he's doing a little crying tear face. And I was just thinking, like... You can do that like during the game because it's part of the fun of it. But after the game, when you've secured the win, I don't think that's the best thing to do. In my opinion. And I just remember it, and I just know that the next time we beat them, I won't do that because it's not really my thing. But I will think of something I can do that is respectful, but also sweet revenge. But don't go give him hate for that. That's not what this community is about. Like, it is what it is. Gamers be gamers, you know? So here we go for a stairs exec, because we know that they have bad money. So we're leaving Durka solo topside, and we want to go for a bot side stairs exec, because honestly, don't know why, but sometimes it works on an anti-eco, and we were like, let's use it. So Sugetsu gets a kill onto Durka there. I think Durka was a bit too fast, and then Shao ends up killing us with the judge in heaven, so we're like, fuck that. And then my smoke's bugged out. Sometimes you could put a brim smoke on the Jenny, but sometimes it goes underneath. And this one didn't go on the Jenny, it went underneath. So I've been shot through the gap in my smoke, annoyingly. And then, yeah, there's the kill on me. And we lost the Thrifty. Who do you got for LCQ? I have no idea yet. Probably like Mech. But it's hard to say until I see the teams play. What do you think about Zipan? He was nice. He was getting his confidence. At the start of the LAN, he was quite quiet. But you could tell he was coming out of his shell a little bit. He's alright. He's just a kid. Just not super shy, but pretty chill. Shao was nice. Shao was so funny. Angel was nice. Angel is just Angel. Here we've gone for a dish control again. So when we go to dish control, it just means we're threatening like all these sort of kind of executes. So it just means that when we go A, if we come back to A main, we don't have to worry about dish because we already have it. So it just means that we can really swarm the site. However, when I say we're going to go back to A main, unfortunately, Durka gets taken out by this angle that Artist had posted up. And so I'm just like, okay, we're going to do like a weird 2-2 exec. So I said Mystic to ulti close A main because we thought they were in A main. And then I was like, Alpha, you go kill. So Alpha goes in, but we actually didn't get the... that's a shame. Oh, the ulti was a bit... No, I think the ulti was fine. I think the ulti would have been better if it went like that. Just because we had the smoke here. But it is what it is. It's not a bad ulti. But Zippin gets a kill there. And then we try and trade it, but we lose. So, not the best half from us, really. We kind of lost a bit of our mojo there. But I think the vision is quite easy once you see it. I think if you could take A main from FPX, I think they start struggling. And I think that's the general case with a lot of teams. Taking A main means you have quite a lot of map control, really. Because it means that it's really difficult to kind of go back and retake it. Guild did quite well in the games that I was watching them when they were trying to play against Paper X's A main play. So here we go for a kind of retake B setup. It's a super old pistol that we kind of run. We have run it against this team twice, actually. Durka gets a nice kill there, and they come up A main. Unfortunately, Durka gets hot-headed. Oh, no, he got one more. Okay, I'll allow it. Durka gets one more here. I think he could have contained instead of going for the kills, but one does not simply tell Durka to contain. So Durka will go for kills if he thinks he can get it. So we've got a double A main flank here, and me and Mystic have to slowly clear out this. So the idea is that we're going to wall up, and then we can just literally run onto site, and then hold this, and hold this. That's literally how it should be done, but I imagine we fuck it, knowing us. So Enzo needs to stay alive here, because his wall is quite important. We need to start cracking on me and Mystic. So me and Mystic are coming in now. They walled up here, and then they smoked off thingy, and then here come me and Mystic Alfie now. So Alfie gets 2. The Pusey patrol comes in, and we actually manage to win the retake. Nice. So I smoke A main instantly here for Alfia, and he just gets a kill. And then he boombots. And then we're trying to keep A main control here. Me and Durka tower up here, and we're starting to believe now in the win. But little do we know that it just gets shut down from now. So let's see what happens. So FPX are going for their fast arcade control with the recon, and the recon will land above here. And then they'll just go like this, and they'll force their way through with the raids and stuff. And I think we are looking to counter aggro everything here. So we actually are in a really good... I fucking remember this round. This round is so annoying, man. This round sums up discipline. The amount of times I talk about discipline, but this round sums it up massively. Watch this. We go for a big Don Daddy bot side cargo push. Look at us go. We're pushing them. We're like, we know where Angel goes. He TP's here a lot. So we kaboom him out. Boaster spit right there. Look at that. Look at that direct. Look at the trajectory of that spit. Bounces off that. Boom. Clears out the box for me and Alfia. Good kills. Nice double kill, Durka. Now, what do we need to do? We need to contain, freeze and hold. They're going to be pushing. And what do? Durka instantly rushes underground. Dies. But that is like... can't be helped, I guess. But what can be helped is what we react with the next. So I remember telling Alfia, come back with me. Because the enemy team could do this, you know, as a reaction. And what we need to do is Mystic could just stay holding this. Me and Alpha come this way. Enzo goes for 1 kill. And then everyone else is just, we're playing for the retake, the contain. We're slowly pushing and whatnot. But what happens is these two go together, which is also fine. But we lose the frags, and that's the biggest problem. We went from a 5v3 to a 2v3, and I think Enzo forgot to do his wall at the start of the round. So at the start of the round, normally on this round, we do this wall, and that just means Enzo can actually get off. So he's kind of stuck as well, and then he dies, and then obviously I'm in a 1v3. GG.